Hey, internet. How you doing? Not normally the place I'd be live streaming. Oh, don't do it that way. Certainly not on Sunday morning. We'll do a real one this afternoon with the text from King Saul's life. You can see my earbuds in for the moment here. I am sitting in my congregation, and you can see our setup here. We're doing everything we can to be as protective as possible. What we've been doing is two private communions, one there and one there. You got to think it's like two altars in one. And we have it set up so people come in and exit with a 6 foot distance. So we have one family that comes here and one family that comes over here. And then the head of household is asked to distribute from this place to his own people while I remain kind of back here, overseeing the whole thing and speaking the words all the way. Um, it's worked tremendously well given the regulations we have. Everything is being cleaned between services. You can kind of, if you look out the back, so there's a side block off here. So all the stuff is going back. The reliquary and all is going back that way. And then in the kitchen is being taken care of, and the two new sets are being brought out. So we've been able to get a good number of people in this morning, at least as many as last week in significant time. We're preparing for. If I can do it this way here, we're preparing for Easter Sunday weekend because shelter in place in Illinois is continuing over that weekend, and we are going to obey. Even though I really want to have a parking lot car only hymn sing on Good Friday, we're not going to. We're going to play it safe and easy. But that means Sunday morning we're going to be doing more of this, and then we're doing Easter Vigil service times, not Easter Vigil, but we'll be doing more services in on Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 to try to get it in. We would have expected this. There was a really couple of key confirmations this year, so we were expecting like 300 people. Our average is around 150. I don't think we'll hit 300 this year, but we want to be ready to hit our average. And we've been doing it more like 80 or 90 like this. So we'll see. I'm sure people will not come out because they're nervous, and that's understandable too. And so I want everyone to do what their conscience dictates. We might just go ahead and figure out a way to stream some of the Sunday morning live. I haven't quite figured out yet what value it would be to you to just have a constant stream of divine services all Sunday morning on this channel, but we might do that. Good Friday, I'm thinking about something. Remember that this is the last day of Mad Corona Daily, where I promised I would try to do it daily up until Palm Sunday. I'm definitely taking a small reprieve, but count on me Good Friday for something spectacular. Count on me also, spectacular. Count on me Friday for something a little bit different. Going to try to lead a sort of postmodern reverential worship as best I can without being hokey and just filming a sanctuary. Um, so if you're interested, I mean, the Traore is what I'm leaning toward, but maybe also a Tenebrae service. We'll see. So if you're interested in that, look for that on Friday. Otherwise, this is a great week to read a gospel, read all of Matthew, read all of John. You want to go crazy, read all of Mark and stop with a short ending and then just leave it there for Easter morning. That'd be good too. And I shouldn't leave Luke out. It's a good week as a family to do that. It's a good week if you're a Lutheran to break out your hymnal and open to the section that says Holy Week and just sing the ones you know. There's only going to be like 10, but you usually sing all of them this time of year and you're not going to sing any of them. So sing them. Find a way to sing them. So that's it. We're cleaning up here. We're done at 1. We have our last scheduled person, but we know there may be some more that walk in, and we got one of our elders who's been helping for the last couple hours. He's ready to go here still too. Needs the supper for himself. So it's been cool to see how the one thing needful, Jesus' own flesh and blood for our salvation, uh, that heartbeat keeps beating right here in Rockford, Illinois. I pray wherever you are, if it had to stop for a while, it starts again soon. And in the meantime, I hope the words and encouragement you find online in the scriptures proclaimed is one that, benefits you in this time of trial. Why don't I go ahead and give you just a touch from what I've been saying to everybody here this morning based on 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 5, where Paul says we have a treasure in jars of clay. You probably think of jars of clay as being something a little, oh, I put candles behind me. I'm sorry, I got distracted. How about we let you see Jesus instead of me? A jar of clay, I think of as something like cheap or dirty. Can I get the shot? There we go. Cheap or dirty or useless, right? Like a ball of mud. But the thing is, in the ancient world, a jar of clay was incredibly valuable. You not only had the poor people could afford to have a pot to get water for their kitchen that had no water otherwise. You could afford a jar of clay. But if you were wealthy, it's all you got. And so they'd make very nice ones, but they were still jars of clay. This would be comparable maybe to think your basic dinner plates you use every single night, which they're not worthless. They are incredibly valuable, but part of their value is that, oh, see, I don't want to take Jesus out of the picture. Where'd he go? Their incredible value is that they're disposable. So they're not worthless. They're worth something precisely because you can throw them away and it's okay, unlike, say, grandma's china, right? So Paul tells you that God thinks that he's put the treasure, which is the resurrection of Jesus Christ, into you, a jar of clay, a disposable but useful human body. Your human body is the disposable, useful thing, which is pretty cool. That means that God has given you in this life two bodies, a disposable one and then the real one you get at the end of time. We have that promise, that treasure of that thing to come in Jesus already revealed, now held in the hearts, minds, faith of the jar of clay that is our fallen, broken bodies, to show us something we wouldn't learn otherwise, which is that the surpassing power of our religion, of salvation, of existence, belongs not to us, but to God. See, if he let us see the power now, we would think it was ours. Now, what we get to see is our bodies tied to the crucifixion of Jesus for all that it's worth. And so we get to be afflicted, we get to be perplexed, we get to be persecuted, we get to be struck down. But in all these things, we're more than conquerors, as Paul says in another place. So, yeah, sure, afflicted, but not crushed, perplexed, but not driven to despair, persecuted, maybe, but not forsaken, not by Jesus, and struck down if they do. We shall not be destroyed. We shall rise even greater on that day when the life of Jesus comes. So we do not lose hope as we look for it. And now I'm just reading to you. We do not lose heart. Though our outer life is wasting away, our inner life is being renewed every morning. And this light and momentary affliction is preparing us for an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we are taught now, right? The real faith of looking not to the things that are seen, like viruses, but instead to the things that are unseen and yet more true. Oh, like the resurrected body of Jesus Christ given for you to eat and drink within something as evidently boring and plain as bread and wine. With that, you are of good courage, walking there by faith as opposed to by sight. You can see a virus. You can't see the body of Jesus, but you can be one with him. No, you are. You have this treasure already, yours in a jar of clay. Yeah, don't lose hope. It's just your first one. You get a second life on the other side. Go in peace. We'll catch you with some Saul later this afternoon, hopefully. Lord willing. Rock on.